Everyone here has heard of New Year's resolutions, right? The annual tradition where at the beginning of the year you set personal goals for yourself to achieve, like becoming more organized or consistently exercising every week. However, despite being so determined to reach these goals at the beginning of the year, the vast majority of people never end up achieving what they originally set out to. But when I look at it, it's as simple as getting from point A to point B. Point A being where you are today, point B being your goal or whatever else you're trying to achieve, and the line drawn between them is the path or steps that you need to take to get there. But let's take a step back for a minute. What's so important about goal setting anyways? Well, in short, it drives you to constantly work your hardest and stay motivated while doing so. When you remind yourself every day of a dream that you have, you're going to want to grow as a person, because in order to accomplish something that you've never done, you first have to grow into someone that you've never been. But to me, the most important part of goal setting is that if you have nothing to work towards, nothing to really strive for, you're not going to have any reason to become a better person than you are today. Now, people don't achieve their goals for a variety of reasons, and as I mentioned earlier, the vast majority of people never do. But in order to actually set on a path towards a goal, we need to have one in mind beforehand. Sometimes this can be difficult because you can't really know what you're capable of before you actually go out and do it. So, you need to, if you don't know what you want your goal to be, you have to experiment, try new things, and put yourself out there. Now I know you're all thinking, wow, that's great, but does it really work? Well, with my first-hand experience, I can tell you that yes, it absolutely does. If you knew me, you'd know that I'm definitely a math and science kind of guy, so when I signed up for my music class last year, it was just to fulfill a course requirement, as opposed to me actually wanting to take the course. But a few weeks in, I found that I absolutely loved playing the saxophone, and would want to practice every chance I got. So, as you expose yourself to new experiences, you might find that you have a passion for something that you've never before thought twice about. Another major reason why people don't normally achieve their goals is that they can't deal with distractions. These come in many different forms, ranging from checking your phone too often while studying for a test, or eating too many unhealthy foods when you're trying to have a more active lifestyle. The best way to deal with these distractions is to remove them entirely. Keep them out of sight and out of mind. This can mean leaving your phone in a different room while you're studying, or keeping those unhealthy foods at the back of the cupboard where you can't reach them. But it's never that easy, right? Well, removing distractions could also mean surrounding yourself with people who share similar goals. People tend to follow the crowd, so you need to make sure that you pick the right crowd. So I'm a competitive gymnast, and what I like to do is train with the hardest working guys at my gym, so that as a group we can push each other, and it makes it that much easier to stay on track. And the most important aspect of staying focused is that if you can't recognize when you're getting off track, it's going to make it that much harder to get to your point B as efficiently as possible. Let's take the example of saving up to buy a car. If you keep spending money on something and things you don't really need, it's going to take a lot longer for you to get to your point B, just like adding waves to a straight line. The shortest, most efficient path from one point to another is a straight line itself, so try to be aware of when you're starting to deviate from it. The final reason why people don't often achieve their goals is that they have trouble staying motivated for extended periods of time and eventually forget about the goals that they had to begin with. The best way to circumvent this issue is to set smaller checkpoint goals on the way to your larger main goal. As you're working towards your point B, your checkpoints will give you the next thing to work towards, and completing them will remind you of how far you've come and how close you really are to reaching your point B. For my gymnastics, what I like to do is that I'll often look back at how I trained the week before and see both how I progressed and what I could have done better to further optimize my training. This keeps me motivated and helps me focus on my dream of one day representing Canada at an international competition. But ultimately, goal setting doesn't mean anything unless you're willing to put in the time and effort required. But if you're truly serious about achieving your dreams, your point B, you have to keep it in sight, take a look around you, and surround yourself with people who are willing to help you get there. Because there's always a nice view waiting for you at your point B. Thank you.